friends, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Amanda, and I know it's been a while. I apologize. I did struggle in July. I also struggled a little bit in August, but I feel like I'm finally ready to be back on BookTube full time. So here I am, and what better month to do that than September, when we have two fantastic readathons going on that I would love to participate in. Also, I apologize for the glare in my glasses. I tried to move my setup to try to get rid of that, but obviously it didn't work. It's still there, and I have anti-glare on these glasses, but I don't know how to negate that. So if any of you guys know how to fix this glare situation, I would love to know, because I just don't know how to do it. Anyways, so in the month of September, we have two fantastic readathons going on that I want to participate in. The first of which is the Magical Readathon, which I'm sure everyone has heard about, but G from Book Roast has rebranded the entire readathon. She's created a whole new world and story to go along with it, and this is the first round of it. It is the Novice Path, and basically we're all different types of factions, I guess, or races that are traveling to get to this magical school, and if we make it there, then in subsequent readathons we will be able to like pick, I'm assuming, some kind of path, and then, you know, just like we did in the previous ones, but this one is her original idea. I think it's so much better than before, and she's brilliant, so I will link that down below if you guys want to go check it out. I am going to participate in that, but I don't know what race I'm going to be yet. I haven't decided, and I don't know what prompts are going to fit into that, but I do know I only need to complete 2 prompts in order to complete that readathon. So I'm going to do that. And watch my vlogs or my wrap up, and you guys will find out what books counted for what. At this point, I just don't know. And then the other readathon that I want to participate in September is Becca's Bookableathon. So I participated in this last September. I had a fantastic reading month, so I'm really hoping that I have another fantastic reading month this September, especially because I need it, because I have had not so great reading month the last 2 months, although August has been better than July, I will say that. So because of Becca's Bookableathon, I have decided to forego my TBR Pursuit board this month. There was just no good way to combine the two. I just decided to go fully with Bookableathon, and next month I will continue on with TBR Pursuit. So without further ado, let's get into the rolls. Roll number 1. A double. Community Shelf. The Heart Principle by Helen Huang. So this would not be Bookoplathon without my first roll being a double, and I landed on Community Shelf. The book that was on that card was The Heart Principle by Helen Huang, so I will be reading this one. I'm very excited about this. This is one of the ones that I absolutely wanted to get to this month. This is the 3rd book in the Kiss Quotient Companion series. This is Kwan's book, I believe, and I'm just really, really excited. I have enjoyed both of the books in that series very, very much. This is a romance, and it's very smutty, and I highly recommend it. Roll number 2. Another double. Humans. So roll number 2 was also a double, so we are just doing great at this point. I landed on Humans, and I chose Velvet Was the Night by Sylvia Moreno Garcia. This is probably one of my most anticipated releases of the year. You guys know that I love Sylvia Moreno Garcia. I will read anything that she writes. This is no exception. This is set in the 1970s Mexico. It's considered a noir. I don't think I've ever read a noir. I don't know much about it other than it's about this girl who is like into romance. She loves reading romance, and she has this neighbor at her complex who seems to live this very intriguing romance-filled life. She goes missing, and so our main character is trying to find her, I guess. Also, while this man is trying to find our main character. I don't know. But the cover is absolutely stunning. and it's by one of my favorite authors, so I just know I'm going to love it. Roll number 3 is 4. TBR game. So I'm gonna use TBR Pursuit for this, so I went ahead and created a wheel on my phone, and I'm just gonna spin it. Historical fiction. Go ahead and draw a card. Oh. It says random number generator. Okay, roll number 3, we landed on TBR game, and so what I did was just take TBR Pursuit. I created a wheel on my phone. I put all of the categories of TBR Pursuit in there. I spun the wheel. I landed on historical fiction, and then the prompt I picked for that was random number generator. So I put all of I counted out my historical fiction shelf. There were 60 of them. I put that into a random number generator, and the book it chose was The Lost Wife. This is by Allison Richmond, I think. Yes, Allison Richmond. And this is it's set during present day. I think it's dual timeline. So it's set during present day and during World War II in Prague, where a newlywed couple is separated because of the Holocaust, and they end up meeting back again like years and years later in New York City, I guess. And they can't believe that they've met back. I don't know. So it's some kind of like romance novel. I don't know. I'm really excited. It kind of gives me the vibes of, what is it? All the Things We Cannot Say. Is that the name of the book? I can't remember who wrote that one, but it kind of has its same plot line, I think. So I don't know. I've had this on my shelf for a very long time. I probably wouldn't have picked it up otherwise, and I haven't read historical fiction in a minute, so here we are. Roll number 4. Oh my gosh. Another double. 12. I landed on chance. Ooh. The prompt is to read a mystery thriller. Roll number 4, and we have another double. Wow, this is going to be a big TBR for the month, but that's okay. That's all right. I'm just gonna go with it. I need to make up for lost time, right? So here we are. So for this one, I landed on chance. The prompt for that was to read a mystery thriller, and I chose Summer Suns. This is by Lee Mendello. I have an e-arc of this that comes out at the end of the month. This is a mystery thriller with some LGBT, some fantasy elements. It is about these two best friends. I believe one of them allegedly commits suicide, and then the other friend ends up moving into his apartment and kind of becoming him, like living his life. And there's some kind of like ghost or paranormal elements involved in it. I don't know. The cover is extremely spooky, and I've been meaning to get to this one for a while, so perfect timing. September is spooky month, or the start of spooky season rather, so I might as well pick it up. Roll number 5. Oh my gosh. Another double. 10. POC rep. Roll number 5 was yet another double. At this point, we are at 10 rolls total for the month of September. Mind you, in the month of July, I read 1 book, and in the month of August, I'll be lucky if I finish 4 books. So 10 books in September, but it's all right. It's okay. We're just gonna go with it. I landed on POC rep, and I chose The Good House. This is by Tana Reeve Dew. I read a short story collection called Ghost Summer by her a few months ago that was recommended to me by my friend Sam from Leanne's Lit. You should go check her out if you have not done so. I will link her down below. I loved it so much. She told me that I needed to pick up this, which is one of her novels. This is an older title. I think it came out in 2003. This is about a woman whose son commits suicide. Okay, well the synopsis on Goodreads and the synopsis in the book are a little different, but I believe this woman, oh, the glare on here is awful. This woman's son commits suicide, and so she decides to, something doesn't sit right with her. So she goes and moves into the house, the family home, and I think these like paranormal events start happening, and she's just like processing her grief and trying to figure out what happened and why he would do this, I think, all while these like scary things are happening. I could be completely off base with that, but I think that is what's happening here. I don't know. The cover is actually super pretty if you could see it, because the glare is awful. And I really, really, really enjoyed Tana Reeves' writing in Ghost Summer, so I'm really, really excited to see what I think about this one. What should be my 6th and final roll, but is not. 8. Randomize your TBR. Roll number 6 was not a double, thank God. But I did land on randomize your TBR, and for that, it chose for me Hollowpox, The Hunt for Morgan Crow. This is the third and final book in the original trilogy, I believe. There are more books to come, but I think this is like the original 3. I love this middle grade fantasy trilogy, and yeah, so excited to get to it. I mean, I don't know what to say about it. You guys know what Hollowpox is. Like, you guys, or Nevermore, you guys know what that is. Roll number 7. 8. Gods. Roll number 7, I landed on Gods, and for this one I had a little bit of a tough time. I don't read a lot of things with Gods. I thought about putting Red Rising on there because there's been a bit of a resurgence of that series on BookTube lately. A lot of people are reading it. Some people are really liking it, some people aren't. Becca in particular is absolutely loving it right now, so she's kind of got me hyped to read it, and I do have the first book on my Kindle, and I've had it for a very long time. But instead I chose to pick up The Battle of the Labyrinth by Rick Riordan. This is the 4th book in the Percy Jackson series. I have not finished this. This series needed to go into the series I have not finished video that I did, but I forgot about it. So I'm finally going to pick up the 4th book. Hopefully I can finish this by the end of the year. That would be ideal. And get another series checked off my list. Rule number 8. 9. Community Shelf again. My Heart is a Chainsaw by Stephen Graham Jones. Roll number 8, I landed on Community Shelf again, and the book that I picked was My Heart is a Chainsaw by Stephen Graham Jones. I do not have a physical copy yet, but I did pre-order it and I will have it by September 1st. You guys already know I love Stephen Graham Jones. I've only read one book by him, The Only Good Indians. Fucking fantastic novel, 5 out of 5 stars, love it. My Heart is a Chainsaw, I don't know a lot about it. I don't need to. I just know that I need to read it now. So I am so glad that I'm able to fit it on my September TBR. Roll number 9. 7. Spooky. Roll number 9, I landed on Spooky, and for that I'm going to read The Haunting of Ashburn House. This is by Darcy Coates. I love haunted house stories, so I saw this, I think April from Getting Higa With It was talking about this. She did like a reading vlog about it, and there's like a whole, this author does a lot of like haunting esque stories, so I was like, you know what, let me just give this a go. It's about a girl named Adrienne whose grandmother lives at Ashburn House. She dies. Everybody like whispers about this house. Everybody knows like all these weird things happen there. All these like paranormal events happen. But when her grandmother dies, Adrienne is down on her luck. She doesn't have anywhere else to go. So she moves in, and then like all of this shit starts to happen. So that's all I know. And that's good enough for me. I love a good haunted house story. So, and like I said, spooky season starts on September 1st. So we're gonna get into it with this. Okay, hopefully my 10th and final roll. 8. Oh my goodness, I can't pick it up. POC rep. And then my 10th and final roll, thank God, I landed on POC rep again, and I'm going to read Last Night at the Telegraph Club. This is by Melinda Lowe. I pre-ordered this one, another one of my most anticipated reads of the year, and I'm excited to finally pick it up. This one came out in the first quarter of the year, and here we are in September, and I still haven't picked it up. So this book is set in the 1950s during the Red Scare, and it follows a girl named Lily who has fallen in love with a girl named Kath, and it's not a safe space for her to be outwardly gay, but she doesn't care. Her and Kath, Lily and Kath, they want to be in love, and they want to show it, and they don't care. And so I guess that's just what this is about. It also talks about how Lily's father may be deported even though he has American citizenship. So I think it's going to be quite a hard-hitting novel. I love the cover. I love that it's set in the 50s during this time in history, because I don't think I've read anything set during the Red Scare in America. So it should be interesting. And I've just now realized that Emily XR Pan actually blurbed it. And they say, this book is for anyone who has ever loved in any sense of the word. And that makes me even more excited, because the astonishing color of After by this author, Emily XR Pan, is probably one of my absolute favorite books ever. Oh God. Yes. Very, very excited. Here we are. Like, this is my TBR minus My Heart is a Chainsaw and Summer Suns. Hopefully I can do this. I have no idea how many pages this is, but I feel like I need to start reading today to hopefully finish this by the end of the month, or I'm gonna be reading for the rest of my life. But I am optimistic. I'm also optimistic that 2 of those 10 books will definitely fit 2 of the 7 prompts of the magical readathon. So wish me luck. Hopefully I can get through these. I really am in the mood to read. Finally, I'm in the middle of 2 books right now, so that is a good sign. I said that in August and, you know, earlier in the month, and that didn't work out for me. So let's just hope. Let's just hope that all of this good energy just keeps flowing and I get through these books, because my gosh, do I really need to get some reading done. I am extremely excited about almost all of the books that are on this TBR, let's be honest. So that gives me hope that I will get through them. But we'll see what September brings. Go ahead and let me know down below if you guys are participating in either of these readathons, if you're participating in another readathon, what you plan on reading, or what your most anticipated read of the month is. I would love to know. If you don't want to leave me a comment, go ahead and leave me a ghost emoji in the comments down below. There's a lot of spooky books on my TBR. Go ahead and leave me a ghost emoji down below so I know that you were here and you liked what you watched. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Goodreads, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.